property,
housing,
skills,
this is Revolution, Stokvel, for every
rural, blockchain,
crypto, women, wealth and wealth.
Podcast.
This is Heaven
Revolution, Podcast.
We are coming for everything.
Greetings, everybody. Dumelang, molweni, sanibonani. Welcome to another episode of the Stokvel Revolution podcast. Compliments of the new year. We're going to be saying that in these upcoming months. We wish you all the best, especially Stokvelers. Today's episode is quite an interesting one. It's something that we normally do as individuals at beginning of the year. Some call it goal setting, some call it New Year's resolutions, but we can actually do this with a Stokvel. So today's episode is about making goals for your Stokvel in 2022. What do you want to achieve in 2022 with your Stokvel? So let's get into it. But first, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to put a review. Please do support us. We are on Spotify, we are on YouTube and Google Podcast. And don't forget also get my book, Stokvels, How They Can Make Your Money Work For You. So the first thing that I would like us to touch on, I've made some few notes here, so I'll keep on looking as we have this conversation. You know, there's a saying that when you write things down, you are probably going to be able to do them. So with the Stokvel, having things like a constitution and an AGM is what I want us to start with when we are making goals for the Stokvel. I know a lot of Stokvel have their AGMs usually around the end of the year in order to just to look back and reflect what has happened the past year and what they want to change. But it's also a good idea to actually have a reflection of the past year, beginning of the year, in preparation of what you want to achieve as the year progresses. So I've also seen those Stokvels that couldn't have their year-end AGM doing it during the year. And it's quite refreshing because now you are actually putting your plan into practicality, basically. So first and foremost, because we know the Constitution is the governing body of the Stokvel, it is very important when you are making your Stokvel goals to review this document and see if it's still aligned with what you are trying to achieve with your Stokvel. And that is part of your goal for the year. Is your Constitution still aligned to what you are trying to achieve? Whether it's short term, medium term, or long term. So reviewing of your Stokvel is first and foremost your goal. Remember, it is not a set document. That's why there are AGMs and special meetings to be able to adjust whatever won't work for you. So for example, you might see that in the past year, in your constitution, you had things that were actually limiting you. So this year you want to do, to add something or edit something as part of your goal to make the journey of your Stokveling experience for the year better or improve it. So there's some of the things that you're going to be looking into this document as you are setting the goal to have a better constitution. The second thing that I would like us to look into is the membership. So other Stokvels are private. What I mean about that is you are with the people you know, your friends or your family. Is that really working for you? Are you willing to open it to the public, or it's working as it is right now? Are the people that you are in this Stokvel with, or in this investment club with, or in this group that you are in, still accountable to the contributions, to the way of things you are doing in your Stokvel, to everything that you are trying to achieve? So this is where you do a self-reflection. Actually, as a Stokvel member, am I still aligned to what this Stokvel is trying to achieve? This is where you also voice out your suggestions so that you are actually able to make a better experience for yourself as the member and be able to communicate that to either the board or the leaders of the Stokvel. So you are actually saying, guys, is this still working for us? Are we still able to reach what we want to reach originally, what we wanted to reach, basically? And then you look into that. And other members, so now you're doing this self-reflection as members so that you are able to see if you're still in or out, basically, whether it's through contributions, goals have changed, or what you are putting forward for the new year is still what you originally signed up for. So that's what I mean when you also need to review your membership, yourself as a member and your whole group as it is, and communicating that in your meetings, in your member sessions or member meetups, where you are saying, this year, guys, this is what we are trying to do. For example, if you're a property Stokvel, you can make a goal of saying, this year we are getting 2 properties, 3 properties, and this is how much we need to raise. So is the contribution still enough as members? Is the affordability of some members still be able to meet this? So membership review, that's what we need to look into. Another goal setting that you really need to make as your Stokvel is the actual contributions, actually. So a lot of times we have financial goals. A Stokvel also needs financial goals, just like individuals need financial goals. You cannot be still contributing what you are contributing 5 years ago. There's inflation, things go up these days. Are you still able to achieve that with the same contributions, or you need to increase a bit, or you need other sources of income for the Stokvel in order for it to be sustainable in trying to achieve its goals or its mandate? So it's important to look what didn't work last year in terms of contributions, or what limited you in terms of contributions, and communicate that with your members as leaders, or as members as the suggestions that you can put forward to the boards or to the leaders of the Stokvel. Remember, this is the sole purpose of a Stokvel is a partnership. So we need to work together and not look into a certain person or only the board or the Stokvel leaders in order for us to make decisions. You want success out of this. You want accountability out of this. So it's important for your voice to be heard throughout these important goal-setting sessions that you need to have with your Stokvel. So these don't need to necessarily happen one by one in meetings. It can be suggestions that come from different members or the leaders that have put and said. You don't even have to have a lot of them. You can just have 5 goals that you want to achieve for Stokvel, but looking at the main ingredients or the structures that are already in place that need improvement, and what you want to be new in your Stokvel to be able to achieve your Stokvel goals. Then the 4th goal setting of your Stokvel is definitely the intention of the Stokvel. What I mean by that is the common goal that you came about as a group. So you came about to save money in order to invest, or to save for interest, or to put it into a business, or to formalize your group. Whatever the reason or the common goal of your Stokvel is, you need to review that as you are making your goals into that. So you can make an intention and say, guys, I would like us to do more of this if this is what our common goal is. Let's say you want to invest in a business, and you've been saving money to fund a certain business, but this hasn't happened maybe in the past 2 years because it was not priority, or you're still raising the capital, which you should, but now you feel with what you have, now action needs to take place. So part of your goals then in this sense would be like, let's use our Stokvel as a funding leg of what you are trying to do. So let's formalize into a company, a cooperative, a trust, so that we can actually get into this business opportunity that we've been saving or contributing for. So that needs to be part of your goals this year. The reason why I keep on going back into reviewing the past year, if you are an existing Stokvel, of course, is because reflections help you improve how you Stokvel, basically. So how you are making your goals based on that will determine the goals or the new goals that you are trying to achieve as a Stokvel. So very important to look into these 4 points, and that I'll repeat now. Constitution review. Is it still working for you? Is everything that is in there workable? Or you need to make it a goal to be more flexible now that you have reflected into the past year? What is your new goal around the Constitution? Secondly, membership review. Are you keeping it private among your members, or are you going to open it to the public? And each choice you are making, what is it based on? Is it your goal to increase membership? Is it your goal to keep your membership as it is? Very can affect a lot of ways that you can Stokvel that goal. And then thirdly, the contributions. Are they still enough for what you are trying to achieve? Did you see from the last year that were they enough for the expenses that came up? Would you like to increase that, or would you like to stay as they are? And then fourthly, the common bond that we just spoke about, the intention of why you started the Stokvel, why you are part of the Stokvel. Are you still aligned into that? Is there anything you want new that you like to make a goal for that? So those are the 4 things that I think when you're making your Stokvel goals, you should really look into. And then when you are a new Stokvel, it's even easier to make for your new goals, because you are like making a wish list. I would like these type of people. That is the membership review for starting your new stuff. I would like to have these new people. This is how many people I would like to start with. Make it your goal in order to be able to be aligned to everything that you are trying to achieve. First of all, who would you like to be in this group with? Secondly, how much would you like to contribute? Thirdly, what would you like to do with the money you are saving or the money that you are contributing together? Would you like to invest it? Would you like it to share it? Would you like to get into a certain venture, whether it's business or another opportunity? So the goals are very important, especially beginning of the year, for new Stokvels, that I want to be in a Stokvel this year. So what do I need to look into? Yes, just like old Stokvels, you also need to put a constitution together so that it governs your new Stokvel according to basically your wishes. So those are the difference between making your own yearly goals and when you are making them for a Stokvel. You look at the structures of the Stokvel and what's prioritization, and it's usually around the governing document, the constitution, the contribution, the membership, and the common goal that you have come across. So your goals as a Stokvel need to be aligned to those 4 things in order for them to be achievable. So they don't need to be, I know we usually make 10 or 20 goals under each category. I need my spiritual life to be like this, my health to be like this, my finances, my education. With a Stokvel, you need to prioritize because you are dealing with a lot of people, and you need to concentrate on the main ingredients of the Stokvel and what makes a Stokvel work. So obviously you cannot be talking about health within the Stokvel goals, because that has nothing to do with the makings of the Stokvel. So that's what I want to share with you in terms of that. The most important thing that I want you as a Stokfeller to take out of this today's episode in the podcast is around the AGM and the importance of putting the outcomes of the AGM into practicality and making them aligned to your goals. So basically having these AGMs as a requirement of compliance, of course, but now saying, okay, this is what we decided in the AGM. How do we actually now put it into place practically? What would you like to achieve with what has come out of what we discussed and agreed on? And while on the AGM, important thing, and this is for new and old Stokvel, also to be able to communicate what you want to get out of the Stokvel so that it's put forward for the new year when you are putting things into place or those things being done now practically. So, Stokfellers, I really wish you a great new year. I wish you a great Stokfelling experience, but most importantly, I wish you are able to start building and creating wealth with your Stokvel. Catch you next time on another great episode of the Stokvel Revolution.
Property,
Housing.
Skills.
this is revolution. Stokvel for everything.
Rural. Blockchain.
Crypto. Women, wealth, and well-being.
Podcast.
This is heaven. Revolution.
Podcast.
We are coming for everything. Property,
Housing.
Skills.
this is revolution. Stokvel for everything.
Rural. Blockchain.
Crypto. Women, wealth, and well-being.
Podcast.
This is heaven. Revolution.
Podcast.
We are coming for everything.